Hello all, welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of March 23rd, 2026. And I am in Montreal. I was here this weekend for a family wedding, which was a lovely experience. They are testing the fire alarm in the hotel this morning, so we have that. I also have a bit of a cold, so there's a few things that might be impacting this reading, but I am bringing the joy and celebration of the wedding into this. The bride and groom had a little light up, glow up, blinky blinky dance party as part of their reception, and they handed out all of these wonderful light up items. So in lieu of a candle and crystals, I am celebrating with this light up scrunchie. And this week we are using the Visionary Woman Tarot by Kristine Gorman. And this was gifted to me by my sister-in-law who sadly passed away recently. And so this was a way of bringing her energy and her delightful, positive, infectious spirit to the celebration this weekend. So I'm using this in honor of her. And yeah, let's see. I feel like spring is turning. You know, we're coming into spring. We just had the spring equinox, which is a time of, you know, new energy, new beginnings. I feel like it's, you know, the seasons are turning. The time is shifting. We're getting more daylight, and really only good things are going to come to us through all of this. I really believe that. Where there's darkness, there has to be light, right? See, maybe this will help to not have that flash. There we go. We can move this over a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and I think, again, more and more, as I get older, if you will, as I move through life more, I realize sometimes it is about showing up imperfect. Sometimes it is about doing our best where we are. And this morning is one of those times. I am showing up where I am. I am showing up imperfect. And we'll see what happens. I love this deck. I love the art of this deck. These are all original paintings, original artwork by the author of the deck. And those are some of my favorite decks because you really get, it really imbues the deck with a unique energy and a unique voice and makes it really just a product of creative expression, if you will. There's this one. Put that, there we go. And let's do 3 more cards, shall we? And it is kind of interesting to me because I feel like some of these cards do come up pretty often, or, you know, relatively frequently, and no matter what deck I use, they come up. And that's one of the things I love about tarot, is that it really gives us the lessons we need that can be repeated until they're learned, or repeated until we get the awareness that we're supposed to get from these things. And also, let me say, time for yourself, time for reflection, time for work, personal development, whatever you'd like to call it. Deep reflection, spiritual reflection can happen anywhere. It can happen in a hotel room in Montreal on a day in late March. It can happen in an airport. I think sometimes we put pressure on ourselves that these spiritual moments have to come, or these reflective moments have to come when everything is perfect. We're in this like spa-like atmosphere. You know, or it's really, really quiet and we have candles. Maybe we have some new age music going and that's the perfect time. But no, really, take the time where you are. Don't put off taking time for yourself. Don't put off taking time to reflect. And now I realize it is easier for some of us to focus when we're in a quiet space by ourselves. I'm not discounting that. But if you're if you're making the excuse, you're postponing, you know, talking yourself out of it because things aren't perfect. That's not the way to go about this, in my opinion. It is just my opinion. But I've lived a life, so I feel like I know some things about some things. And we've got one more card here. Let's see who pops up. And again, if we get to a point where things aren't popping up frequently, we'll pull. Montreal is a beautiful city, by the way, if you've never been. It's a lovely city, lovely food, lovely people. If you don't like cold weather, don't come in March. Don't come probably December through March. I grew up in upstate New York, so just a few hours south of here. So I am no stranger to winter weather. I like this guy. All right. Here we go. So our card of the week is the Chariot. And this is, I think this has come up for us before, and this is honoring our journey, honoring our continuous journey, honoring the reflection and integration we're doing of all of the lessons we're learning and all of the experiences we have, and using that to move us forward to our next phase. Because we are moving forward to new phases in life. We are moving forward to new versions of ourselves, to more maybe whole or complete versions of ourselves. And the Chariot witnesses that this week for us. The Empress reminds us that we need to be open to receive, that we have a lot of things we want to nurture, things we want to grow in our lives, things we want to bring up, things we want to bring into the world. And we also have to be able to receive the assistance, the help, the benefits, in some cases, the abundance of what we're growing, the abundance of what these efforts are bringing us. I love that it looks like she's got a little bit of a fire, a flame in her hand. Like she is ready. She's got all these natural symbols. I love this, actually. She's got lightning. She's got, looks like maybe some water over here, fire, the grain, the star. She's integrating everything in order to really bring forth what she's hoping to create. For Tuesday, okay, that was our Monday card, the Empress. For Tuesday, we have the World. And the world really witnesses that we are almost at the completion of this journey. We are ready to move on to that next phase. We have been through what we need to be through in this phase of life. And I know that the painting on this particular card is of Rachel Pollack, who was, I sort of refer to her as the grandmother of modern tarot. She wrote a tarot book called 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which is fantastic. It's a fantastic resource for learning all the ins and outs of tarot and the symbolism of the cards, and really, really a wonderful gift to those of us in the tarot community. So honoring Rachel Pollack, but also, as I said, the world is really about taking all of those lessons and integrating them and really standing in your whole self, knowing that that is done. You've moved through it. Whatever it is, we are done with that. And we are ready to take all of that and move on. We are wiser. We're older. The wheel keeps turning, but we are older. We are wiser. We are so much in ourselves that we are ready to move on. And that's Tuesday. Just acknowledge how far you've come. For Wednesday, we have Three of Swords reversed. Three of Swords upright is usually a card of heartbreak and emotional pain. And again, I think with these journeys, this conclusion and this being open to receive, we're ready to put this behind us. Whatever this is, we are ready to put it behind us. We're ready to let go of this hurt. We're ready. It doesn't mean we have to forget whatever caused this, but we can move on. We can accept that what we learned from it. We can accept that it happened to us and maybe even for us, as they say. What did we learn? Are we stronger? And now that we've been through this, maybe we're ready to receive more joy. Maybe we're ready to open up and receive that joy, the happiness, the goodness that life has to offer. For Thursday, we have Knight of Pentacles, which I know has come up in this deck before because I recognize this artwork. And Knight of Pentacles tells us that, again, we're on a journey. This whole reading so far is about the journey that we're on right now and about accepting what comes in. And there really is a journey of personal interior work and the knowledge we've gained and who we are because of our experiences. And the Knight of Pentacles tells us we are moving forward, slowly but surely. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. It's always that's my sort of tagline for this card. But really, we are moving forward. And we are doing it at the pace that is the right pace. It might not feel like it. We might want to be going quicker. We might hope to go quicker, faster, more assertively, more aggressively. But Knight of Pentacles tells us we're there. We've got everything we need. And we just have to be patient with the process. Just trust the process and we'll get there. For Friday, we have the Lover's card, which, to be fair, on its base level can be about love, can be about romantic love. But it can also be about, again, loving ourselves, loving every part of ourselves. I say this sort of facetiously, but loving the good, the bad, the ugly. We all have parts of ourselves we maybe don't like. We all have parts of ourselves that maybe we wish were different. We all have parts of ourselves that, we look at from time to time. And the Lover's card really encourages us to take those reflections and love them anyway. To take those reflections and really hold them close and to know that it just makes us special. It doesn't make us wrong. It doesn't make us flawed. It doesn't mean anything other than it's unique to us. And take the time to love that. Take the time to accept that. And take the time to love other people too. Tell other people you love them. Not just romantically, but tell people in your life you love them. For Saturday, we have the Tower. And this could be, honestly, this could be in this journey, in this reflection, there could be something unexpected that comes up. Maybe it's an unexpected memory that surfaces. Maybe it's an unexpected sort of shockwave or earthquake, not literal, but that propels you into that next journey. Maybe it's something that happens that makes you change course in a way that you weren't expecting. And that really is Tower energy. I think just to be aware of that and to be aware that in order to grow, sometimes we do need things to be disrupted. Sometimes things do have to be shaken up. Sometimes there does have to be big change. Sometimes we keep putting off a change or a decision we know in our hearts we need to make, but we keep putting it off because it's difficult or it could potentially cause pain to other people, not intentionally, not in a malicious way, but sometimes things happen. Even if it's leaving a job, your coworkers might miss you and that causes them a quote unquote a little bit of emotional pain. But so on Saturday, be aware that this happens, but I think also be grounded in being open to receive whatever the change is here, whatever the new path is that's offered. Be open to receive it, be grounded in it. And just be aware that it could feel a little chaotic, it could feel a little unexpected, but I don't feel, with the rest of these cards here, I don't feel that this is a bad thing. It just might be a little unexpected. It might happen a little sooner than you think. It might be something just that, again, might take a moment, take a beat, think about it, and then decide your next steps. That's Saturday. For Sunday, we have Seven of Swords reversed, and Seven of Swords upright can be a card of a little bit of deception, a little bit of dishonesty, a little bit of a sneakiness. But because it's reversed, Sunday is a day to be honest. Sunday is a day to tell the truth. Tell the truth to yourself, tell the truth to others, especially in light of whatever this unexpected news or change might be. And, don't hide from it. Sometimes, even though it does seem difficult at the time, sometimes taking the most direct and honest route actually brings the best results. Because everybody is hedging their bets, if you will, or hemming and hawing and not wanting to be the person that says what's really happening. And so I think for Sunday, be that person. And you can do it kindly. You can absolutely do it kindly. You can absolutely tell the truth with love, but tell the truth. Be open, be honest. Ask for what you want might be part of this too. Don't try to be sneaky. I mean, not sneaky in a bad way, but don't try to hide what you want. Don't try to hide your desires. Be open and really honest about that. And that is our reading for this week. And because I have a cold and my voice is kind of going, I think I'm gonna call it there. Again, thank you to all of you who watch these every week. If it's your first time, welcome. If you've watched every single reading, hello to my mom, who I'm pretty sure has watched every single reading. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate any and all support and energy that's sent my way from these. And I really enjoy doing these readings for you all. And I will see you next week.